EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings.
Steven Gostkowski set to kick off.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
The ball carrier.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 27, Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
This is caught. It's Cooks. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Catch there by Brandon Cooks, and it's hard to believe that he's on his 4th team in 5 years because he's produced everywhere that he's been. Houston hoping to see the Brandon Cooks that they saw in New Orleans, in New England, and in Los Angeles. 2019, though, was his first year under 1,000 yards since 2014. He's looking for a bounce back.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 41-yard line.
2nd and 12.
6-man. Check girls, check girls, check girls.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up, keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play and gave up a bigger one instead.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that earlier.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 2.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And he rifles one incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Reset. 19. 55. Yeah, let's get set. 26. 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
From the gun, here's Watson. That's complete to Trenton Cannon, the running back. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. But no doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Out of the gun, Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Ingram. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. First down Texans, Watson hooking up with Cooks.
3-yard line.
We're scoreless after one.
Quarter with no score.
On first and 10, it's Lindsey. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
And 11 at the 22-yard line.
On second and 11 now. Watson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. Second down. Throwing again, it's Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Ingram. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Flushed out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Cameron Johnson.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. It's Shaq Lawson who worked his way in there to get him down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
He's across midfield.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Gain of 4.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Gets it to his running back, Cannon. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Call it a gain of 3. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an
operating from the gun. Watson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter. They come up on 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Play brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. They're going for Jefferson downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half, I mean, that just didn't happen.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the pass.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
Let's go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He'll run it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the gun, Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Not much there, only a yard.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Quick throw completed by Watson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1-minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock, give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A big play there. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. On the return, Tremont Smith. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 23.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. Couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
The 28-yard line.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
On first down, Watson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they...
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Brandon Williams. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know what they've always said?
And now Watson throws another interception. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Lets it fly for Thielen, and that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, but it's going to be second down. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away, and this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
And it's pretty evident when you watch how Minnesota plays, just how important Dalvin Cook is to their offense. 1,000-yard rusher a year before, the first one the Vikings had since Adrian Peterson was dominating their carries. And having Cook in the lineup for the bulk of the season, that made Minnesota exactly what their head coach Mike Zimmer wanted them to be. A much more physical team that complemented their defense.
Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
Second and 6.
On second down, it's Cook. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Third down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Lets it fly for Thielen. And this is going to be intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Operating from the gun, Watson. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 32-yard line. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he'll go down at the 28.
The ball carrier.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. From the gun, Watson. This Minnesota D up to the task on the third down pass play. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
Well, they started that drive all the way back at the 1, able to march down, get 3.
It was daunting to begin with, wasn't it? But I thought overall, a very poised and efficient drive to get 3 points.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here we go on second and 12. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Two things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
Now Cobb to return. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Ryan Finley, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Texans have broken the tie. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10.
The score, Texans 17. Vikings.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Cook. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a Vikings 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Give them 3 yards there on the 1st down pickup. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Complete. Jefferson to target. That catch good for only a couple. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brandon Dunn. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. The Vikings on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Lets it fly for Thielen. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Here's Britton Colquitt now. He's been terrific so far. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
16-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense got to stop, force the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 12 yards there and a first down. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Hendricks in on the tackle.
And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him. He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
Flush to his right, and that's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again, Watson. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Vikings 24-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Quickly completed to the right flat. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal now as they look for that final dagger. One more time with Lindsey. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Every yard they gain, getting them better and better field position. And obviously, a field goal makes this a 2-score contest. That's really all they need. And
that means for your play caller, he's not looking to the attack portion of his sheet, right? He's looking for, okay, what do we have that's going to keep us in a good spot? No lost yardage.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And all the way down to the 35. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Justin Jefferson, the rookie, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Third. Again, he'll drop to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Justin Reed. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Set. 19. Check. Watch 54.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is, in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Houston, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.